Hello everybody and welcome back to Third Chair. Today we are battling a very special friend of mine, so I hope you guys sit in and enjoy. For namesake, I'll just call him Ven. That's what he likes to call himself on his name, but unfortunately, maybe it was taken because it looks like he's going by the name of March Winds. So if you see this guy in Pokemon Showdown, he is a great battler. I would recommend you challenge him. Great time. But yes, so today I get to go over a bunch of battles. I have 6 ready against him. We were longtime friends, so it's great to see someone I know in the scene. And so we're a little rusty, especially him. He's been pretty rusty, but his team is pretty threatening to me. I cannot say I'm a big fan of Mega-Manectric against this particular team. And you're going to see here, I'm just going to talk about the intro because I get completely outplayed. It's not even fair. But it's a good time all around. But you get to see a couple things as we learn these battles. It's always nice to play a friend who you played them a long time before, so you know what their teams are like. But you also it's a nice way to connect with people. But I have my original team here. We met up. This is back during OU suspect testing, so this is a while ago. But we got to meet up, and he only had one team at the time, and I only had 2 teams at the time, that I would consider good enough ready to be put out there. And so we have 3 OU battles, and then we have 3 random battles here. So I'll go over these, and I'll kind of just, for today, this episode, I'll go over everything both of us did right and wrong, because back in generation, I want to say 5, Ven was actually a very good battler. I'd put him as one of the best that I ever got to play against. So for now, even though we were both kind of getting back into the scene, it's good to see how each team kind of works out here. He brought a lot of powerhouses, guys designed to bring down my walls pretty easily, this Azumarill here, Mega-Manectric. He had a Sword Dance Landorus, which completely caught me off guard. I was expecting a Scarf or something. But by this battle, right now it's 5-2, and I haven't been talking about it very much because, as you can see, I'm getting outplayed. I don't have Bullet Punch my Metagross. It's not a good day. So, just getting the intro out of the way, we asked for a rematch because this battle was such in his favor. He outpredicted me all the way. I decided to bring my second team in. So once he beats me here, he actually just sacked the Azumarill to see if it was faster, because he could EQ me with his Garchomp and win. We got a nice little chat on the side. I hope you've been reading that. If not, that's okay. So that was a quick battle. I was expecting myself to be better, but it's all right. So here's a battle I really want to get into because it's just better overall. Let me see if I can reset that real quick. And whatever. We'll just go right into it. So he brings out the same team. So yes, I do get kind of an advantage because I know all his Pokemon by now. But I brought a lot of Pokemon that I used to use in the past, like Shaman and Skarmory and Heatran. But I love this team particularly because of Mega Slowbro. Mega Slowbro, one of the best walls in OU, cannot be crit. Has a great reliable recovery. So in the beginning, I get a very nice Scald on this Landorus. Crit probably did not, it could have mattered, but I don't think it did. However, he did get Rocks up. That's going to kind of hurt me later. But so now I'm just going to, with the Swords Dance Landorus out of the way, I'm going to send in my Azumarill. And he's going to send in his. Just not wanting to take a Choice Banded Aqua Jet. And it does well. He's at 66%. So I'm going to slow this down a little bit here. So his Azumarill is banded with knockoff, and it does only 32% to my Mega Slowbro. Absolutely, absolutely crazy. He cannot 3-hit KO me because I can just slack off the damage right here. And it is just, he has to switch out. So I'm going to get this chance, I'll speed that back up again, to keep my Mega Slowbro at full health. And he sends in his scariest Pokemon on the team, Mega-Manectric. This team, however, has, in my opinion, what I thought was a pretty decent check/counter to Manectric. And I sent in my Raikou, and this is a Calm Mind Raikou, so it's quick, and it has good special attack. It's not meant to be specially tanky. So, however, I did think I would be able to do more damage. I get one Calm Mind off. I knew I could take another Flamethrower, but because he's quicker, I only get one Thunderbolt off, and I can barely take him halfway down. So I lose my Raikou in this battle, so I would not recommend sending in a Raikou against a Manectric. Get yourself a ground type, maybe a Gastrodon, but then watch out for grass moves. So I send in my Azumarill, which probably could have taken it out with the Choice Banded Aqua Jet. That's what I go for. He sends his back in. Now I'm liking this because I can wear down his, and he's forced to have to keep taking hits. And eventually it'll be gone, and that's makes my Azumarill, if I can keep him alive, a lot easier to stand. So I send in my Shaman against his Manectric. He goes for the Volt Switch. I could have taken a Flamethrower at that range, so I just wanted to kill him. I went for Seed Flare. He does a good job sending in his Gengar, but now I know he's going to go for the Poison move, so I send in my Skarmory. This thing could take on any Gengar and pretty much kill it back, but he has Taunt. It's a pretty standard move. I need to get the rocks off the field just to help, but then he reveals Focus Blast, does not kill, and I said, you know what? I'm going to Brave Bird him, because he can't take it. Gengar is pretty frail. And things are looking good now, because I have a 5-4 advantage. His Weavile's going to kill me anyway. I got to sack my Skarmory. I can't even leave with Pursuit. Does a good job there, but he's Life Orb, so this is going to be critical later on. The Balloon comes up. His Weavile's got to switch out unless he wants to sack it now. And in comes his Azumarill to take the Fire move again. He probably could have started in Garchomp, but with my Balloon up, he won't be able to do much. Azumarill's down 20%, can't heal. He has no Clerics. He's pretty offensive of a team. So I send him my Slowbro. I'm going to start tanking hits again. And at this point, I go for the Side Shock. I wanted to kill it. He did a very good prediction. Went into his Weavile. Thinks I'm going to leave, but I'm not leaving anytime soon because his knockoff and his Pursuit would not have killed. So I slack off, and he's got to leave. Otherwise, he's going to get killed by Scald. And at this point, he sends in the Manectric. Gets a... Oh, I get a very important critical hit here. I'm pretty sure it mattered. However, either way, I had a couple members I could have switched in later. But now he reveals his Swords Dance Garchomp. That thing is very, very defensive. And he Dragon Tails me. Oddly enough, I don't know why you'd run Dragon Tail on it, but hey, it's a strong Pokemon. And he forgets I have a Balloon. It's pretty silly, actually. Very rookie mistake. Happens to the best of us, though. I reveal I have Hidden Power Ice, and now the battle's definitely in my favor. His Azumarill actually goes for a very well-predicted play rough here, but it does not kill. Shaman naturally bulky, 100 HP base, 100 base defense. I'm faster. He can't go for Aqua Jet because he's banded. I get a Seed Flare off. And now it's 4-1. His Weavile versus mine. Entire, basically, team. So I sacked my Shaman. I don't need him right now. He did his job. He took out 2 Pokemon very well. Or 1 Pokemon. But Azumarill comes in, and I thought I could maybe take an Ice Shard, but it's okay because in my back pocket I have Heatran, and he won't be able to kill me with it. However, the Stealth Rock damage did make it pretty close, so he goes for the knockoff. His best move does not get the kill. And I just go for a Lava Plume, and that's a 2-0. So it was a great battle. I even got the advantage of knowing his team, and he took it to me, like, very closely. So a very strong offensive team there. Ven, you didn't make many mistakes. You made except for the EQ on my ballooned Heatran, but you gotta it could have just been a misclick. Sometimes Pokemon Showdown doesn't. You go to switch the move, but it doesn't actually switch it. So now we're gonna go into a random battle, just for fun because he only had the one team ready at the time. And we start off with Palkia versus Caracosta. I go for a Thunder Wave. I know I could just hit him with a move, but I wanted to status something coming in maybe if he switched out. And then I miss a Hydro Pump, and his Earthquake does 29%. So with my Palkia, that's not going to be able to take him out nearly quick enough. He sends in his Go-Go because, you don't know the opponent's team in advance. I had no idea. I just went for another Hydro Pump. He took it incredibly well, and I don't want to stay in. No, sorry, I lied. I do want to stay in. I go for a Fire Blast. And he actually went for a sub. That's why the crit incredibly mattered here. Oh my gosh. And then I go for a Thunder Wave because I don't think he was going to stay in, but then he revealed he had, you know, Hornleech, Go-Go. I mean, I knew it was a signature move. It's just been a while since I've seen one of them. In fact, I've never seen one of them in a competitive battle. Go for Fire Blast. He knows that. He sends in his Kingdra 4 times resist. Does 8%. But I reveal my last move, Draco Meteor. The critical hit probably did not matter because it's super effective. And Kingdra's not super strong. I gotta go check the phone real quick, so I'm gonna pause. Sorry, everybody. Phoenix, Arizona likes to call me in the middle of my recordings. So what we get here? We got Articuno using Freeze Dry. One of the only Pokemon to get that move. Super effective. I believe 4 times effective because Palkia is Water Dragon. And then we pretty much just trade statuses here. I put a Thunder Wave on him. He puts a Toxic on me. I'm okay with this Toxic because my Uxie is just going to set up some rocks and then kind of just Suicide Kill and take out whatever it can at the time. I know this Malamar here is scary because it does get sorry. I'm a little forgetful, but I put up a Thunder Wave, and I believe this thing gets Contrary. I'm probably lying to you guys right now. Yeah, he does. He gets Contrary Superpower. Whew, I'm a little forgetful on my Pokemon today. But now I'm pretty worried because I have nothing to take this guy out right now. And he's only going to get stronger with each superpower he gets off. And the status I decided to put on him was Paralysis. So I'm hoping for a little Parahacks. That's why my Leafeon keeps going for the sub here. And it's not helping. He keeps boosting. Leafeon's a physical attacker, so I can't do anything to him. I won't be able to break his sub unless I get a lucky Parahacks here. And I don't get it over and over again. So now I'm out of sub. He's at 2.5 times attack and defense. I got to go for a Leaf Blade, which is signature move of Leafeon, and I can't even take out the sub. And he has Trick Room, making him go first, but he finally gets paralyzed. I hit another Leaf Blade, and the sub fades. So I could break it. If I have a strong special attacker now, I could break it off. But I don't, because now with Trick Room, he is the fastest Pokemon here. And the only thing I have is a Skuntank right now that is a physical attacker. And I get a 4 times effective U-turn, so I break the sub. And out comes my other Skuntank. Just kidding. It's a Zoroark. Actually, the previous one was a Zoroark. This one is the Skuntank. It's so confusing. I can't even tell in replays. But he gets a superpower. I do get an Aftermath, so out comes the first Pokemon, Zoroark. I love messing around with him in my UU team. I hit another. Look at that. 4 times effective U-turn to this guy, and it does 25%. So I got to sack. I got to sack this Vileplume at this point. But he gets a Trick Room off again. Gets paralyzed, luckily, and I go for the Sludge Bomb, but it does not kill. So at this point, things are looking pretty bad. I've got 3 to 5 Pokemon. I don't even know what his last one is. He gets a kill. Knocks off my Vileplume's Black Sludge. Not like it mattered. It was a kill. And oh my gosh, I gotta go back into my Zoroark, but I'm the slower one here, so if he gets a superpower up, which he does, I'm out. So this is a max attack, max defense, pretty much max speed, because the paralysis makes him slower. And I have an Uxie, however you want to pronounce that one, and I get killed, and that's it. This thing, crazy strong if you let it be. So, we go in for another one. Just, random battles sometimes don't give you the right teams to beat certain Pokemon, but hey, it's always fun. Ooh, I'll try to be a little better with this one. Sorry, everybody, we're back. Another person called me, another telemarketer. Unbelievable today. But, random battle. Cressel versus Baratic. We're both going to set up. And at this point, I'm lucky he's set up because now I'm quicker, stronger. I get a super effective crit, didn't matter, but Stone Edge. That only has an 80% accuracy for all you that don't know, so it's pretty risky to use sometimes, but I get 2 quick kills right off the bat. This is going crazy, and he sends out the feared Pokemon of last battle, Malamar, but luckily this time I can take it out before it does any shenanigans. And now, this battle is going very quick. 3 Pokemon up, 3 Pokemon down. He has a Mega Blaziken, and I EQ it, and now it's 4 up, 4 down, batting 100. And out comes a very interesting Pokemon, one of my favorites to face in Gen 3 because I think it looks pretty cool. But I get another Stone Edge. Now it's 5 up, 5 down, and out comes a Braviary, which goes down. So one of the quickest battles I've ever had because it was basically 1 turn to set up and 6 up, 6 down. We wanted to do one more battle, though, because this battle went way too quick, way too easy. So we're both 1-1, by the way, in random battles. So, you know, kind of see who wins this one. So I have Electivire. He has another Malamar. So I'm like, this is unbelievable. And he makes a Splatoon joke in the chat, which I laughed at at the time. It's pretty silly. So I sent him my Furfrou, which is a Pokemon you'll never see because, as you can see right there, that's a 4 times super effective U-turn, and it did not kill. So I sent him my Sock, which is, it had Sturdy, but for some reason, luckily enough, they put a Life Orb on that Malamar instead of the leftovers, like the first battle we had. He reveals his Mega-Manectric as his second Pokemon, flinches my Sock, and I leave him in the sack because nothing wants to take a hit from the strongest attack guy in OU right now. So I send him my Electivire, go for a Wild Charge just to see how much damage I could take him out with, and it does 58%, but then he kills me with a high jump kick. So luckily I have Greninja, one of my favorite Pokemon as well, and I go for a Hydro Pump, and he reveals not a Manaphy but a Phione, and at this point I go for a Gunk Shot, which is a pretty strong move, but it misses sadly. So this time I was hoping to just lay a Toxic Spikes out and maybe see what I could do. He expected me to hit a Gunk Shot, though, so he goes for the rest pretty early in the matchup here. I get 2 layers, and then I unfortunately get burned by a Scald, and my Greninja goes down. So now it's 3-5 Pokemon-wise, but I have Meganium in the back. Has a nice light screen because he's staying in. Reveals he has Ice Beam. Wow, only 18%, but then the freeze happens. And he gets just Ice Beam after Ice Beam until I can get out of this thing. And I'm staying in because I don't want to have anything take a hit from Phione. I was hoping that when my Meganium would break the freeze early, but it sadly is not doing the job. Freeze is a very volatile Hex, I would say. 4 turns in a row, I think, here. And then he goes for the U-turn, and I had it sacked. So a very unfortunate ending to that. He reveals Pyroar as his 4th Pokemon. Gets poisoned, that's nice. I have a Sudowoodo and a Furfrou. So luckily, Sudowoodo is actually a rock type and not a grass type, which is pretty fun to think about. But it's tree type. I get an Earthquake off. His Fire Blast does not do much to me, but now he has a Hitmonlee, which can, interestingly enough, went for the Rapid Spin. I expected him to go for a Fighting type move. My Wood Hammer, however, does not take him out. I was hoping it would. And now I have a Sucker Punch, luckily, on the Sudowoodo. And I'm able to take out the Hitmonlee, leaving a 3-2 fight. But Light Screen wore off. He has a 100% Phione. That is quicker, very unfortunately. And otherwise, the Wood Hammer would have been a one-hit KO. And now it's Furfrou against the world. He has Toxic. So it's really going to help out. Luckily, Skull does not burn in this matchup. And my return did 40%. That was a same type attack bonus hit, and he gets a crit. And now I have a 1% Furfrou versus his entire team. But I have rest, so I get back up to full health. And since he knocked off my Chesto Berry earlier, I don't have any way to wake up. So I just watch as he sends in his Mega-Manectric, and he goes for the high jump kick and ends this match. 22 turns in. We'll never know what that last Pokemon was, but that was a great fight. All around. I probably could have played my Greninja better, but there wasn't much to say about this one. It was just a good fight, and he clearly had an overpowering with the Medicham and the Freeze. So good job, Ven. We have one more battle today. All right, Bacon Pancakes playing Arma 3. Never played that. So hopefully this replay will come up soon, because right now it looks like it's having trouble finding it. See if I can just get this back up. Perfect. Here we are. All right, so we had one last battle in OU just to end the day. You know, we each knew each other's teams at this point. So predictions are hopefully a little better. Or maybe a little worse, maybe over-predicting. That's always a trouble. But I'm going to send out my Talent Flame immediately. He sends out his Landers. It's a good counter to me, so I go for U-turn. Does 6%. Actually kind of lucky he wasn't a Scarf. That could have hurt. But I think I knew in advance that he was SD, so I didn't worry about it too much. I get a Leech Seed off. He goes for Stealth Rock. This Gengar is going to taunt me, so I can't get my own Stealth Rock off. And then misses the Focus Blast, and my Gyro Ball kills. So I don't know if the Focus Blast would have killed, but it would have done a lot of damage, so I'm pretty lucky right now. That's why they call it Focus Miss. I send in my Heatran. I'm going to slow this down just a little bit, and he's got to pop my balloon with a Volt Switch, which lets me fear a lot more of his Pokemon now. But he goes for a Swords Dance, which I predicted, and went for a Lava Plume instead of switching out, because I know it has a 30% burn chance. And burning Garchomp is pretty much the death of Garchomp. No matter how many times it Swords Dance, if you have a Steel type in there, it won't be able to do much. Right there, 2 times, but burned. Earthquake does 25% to my Ferrothorn. I'm going to probably, if I remember right, go for a Leech Seed here, and I get my health back. And with the combination Leech Seed and Burn, his Garchomp will go down way too quickly. I predict the switch here, but he wants to stay in, which is fine, because Iron Barbs, Leech Seed, and Burn with the Dragon Tail is going to just give me a free switch. And sadly, it was to my Talonflame. However, Leech Seed does help me get a little more HP now, so I can at least sub back in again. I go for a Roost. I think he's going to go for a Volt Switch here, which lets me at least live, but still did 60%. And now my Talonflame won't be able to switch back in unless I can clear the rocks off the field with my Starmie. So to sit and duck until then. I sent in my Ferrothorn. I knew he was going to Swords Dance, but he still can't do much to me. At least maybe he gets 4 times, but I go for a Leech Seed because even though he will be strong, he won't be quicker, because I still have my Starmie out there and my Heatran on a balloon. No, sorry, Heatran's off the balloon now. I still have my Starmie. So I get the Leech Seed. Earthquake actually kills 85%. That was pretty impressive. But I get the Rapid Spin off now, so I predict that, luckily, because if I didn't, it might have been over, because he switched out in fear of the Scald. However, his Waterfall now crits my Clefable, but it will be a 2-hit KO anyways. I have to sack Clefable very early on, but luckily Garchomp was already down, so I didn't really need it for much. I sent in my Metagross. With a Mega Thunder Punch, it would have done a lot. Intimidate actually fails. I didn't actually get the Mega off yet because he switched. But there goes my Thunder Punch. Does a 28% to this thing. And I take it out. I go into my Heatran expecting a Flamethrower, actually. Getting a nice little Flash Fire boost. I'm going to burn anything that comes in with a Lava Plume. It could be a Azumarill, because that's the best thing you're going to sub in here. He makes a good move. Only does 37% and does not burn. Earth Power does a 42%. He predicts me to actually leave and maybe sub in my Starmie. So he goes for Knockoff. He could have gone for the Aqua Jet, but Aqua Jet would not have done much. So I actually go for a Scald here, figuring it hits everything hard and will kill Azumarill, which it does because of the special defense drop. And now he sends in his Mega-Manectric, still faster than my Starmie, and I sack my Starmie here. Probably not the best move, but I figured my last 2 Pokemon need to be at full health in order to take on his 3. So here he goes into his Landorus. I go for a Meteor Mash and miss. I do not know how much that would have done, but that was crazy. At least I could have had an attack boost. But Ice Punch comes in, it's quicker. He sends, I'm now at 0.5 times attack, and I send in my Talonflame to sack it because I want my Mega Metagross to be the last Pokemon in, because Talonflame would not have been able to take out this Manectric, even with previous damage from a Meteor Mash or a Ice Punch or whatever would have been best. But I go for Rock Polish. I'm trying to get the late game sweep here. He goes for Ice Shard. It's the only thing quicker. And I now get a super effective Meteor Mash on this Weavile, but I do not get an attack boost. So I am quicker, but I am now weakened, and this will be the end of the game. 38%, but he will finish me off with a Flamethrower. So an incredibly good last match, down to the wire. But Mega-Manectric just, it wrecks my first 2 teams that I've made. So if you're looking for a nice offensive Pokemon, check him out. quick, powerful, has lightning rod before it mega evolves. But that's it for today. March wins. If you see him out there, Ven, a very impressive battler. It's always great to have the chance to battle him. So thank you, Ven, for being my opponent for these battles. And thank you guys for watching. It's been a little bit of a hectic recording all of a sudden, but I finally got the time to at least go over some battles. I know I'll be watching more in the future and going more in detail, in-depth analysis with some of my next teams. But I figured these were more just fun battles, and I wanted to get them up for you guys to watch. So, yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you next time on Third Chair.